So we can start. We can start now. Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Channa. So basically, I will do a quick introduction to us, which is Nanaska. Maybe I'll try to cover a little bit about Cgma side as well. But today's main objective is to give opportunity for Mr. Keith to talk to you all. So Keith is here. I will introduce Keith towards the end of it, but that's the main objective. I'll take few minutes just to give a brief introduction. Uh, so if you look at Nanaska FLP program, our objectives and the way we work is quite different. Uh, we try to kind of take a very longer term view about your life, not only do a kind of not only to prepare you for an exam and ensure you pass. Of course, you need to pass the exam, but that's a very short term objective. We try to take much longer term view about your career and your life. So how we look at is how we can build our purpose of our institute. Our institute is called Nanaska. The purpose of our institute is how to build a better professional for the world. How to build a better professional for the world is the objective. Someone who can be a better professional for anywhere in the world. Right? So in our mind, better professional, the first priority of a better professional is to have a qualification. So therefore, we are serious about Cgma qualification. We are serious about you getting through. You are serious about you getting through. Therefore, we do a lot of work to ensure that you have the qualification. But for you to be a better professional for the world, getting through the exams is not enough. That's our view. Hence, what we do is we look at a lot of things. So if you look at us as Nanaska, we spend a lot of time to improve your soft skill side of it. Even we do some free programs. There was one program done about a few months ago. The name of the program goes as Your Life is Your Life, right? How to be a better professional. So we try to bring in that element of improving your soft skill side of it. Leadership is kind of misinterpreted and people try to, it has become a bigger business. So therefore, we try to get the real world leadership skills for you, free of charge, of course, because I think that's a key element. Secondly, we try to look at how we can help you to perform better in your office. That is where Nanaska Connect will come in. Nanaska Connect is a mechanism to give you opportunity for the job market and to help you continuously for you to perform better. So those are coming outside passing the exam. But if I may talk about passing the exams, we have a program called FLP Plus. We have a program called FLP Plus. There is an argument from some students who will say, look here, I will do the FLP, but the theory subjects, I will do the FLP. Since I do the FLP program, I miss the opportunity to learn theory subjects. That doesn't happen with Nanaska. Even though you do come for the FLP program, we do all the theory parts as it is. And we tell very specifically for the student, look here, this will come for the exam, therefore listen carefully. This will not come for the exam, but anyway, we are going to teach you, so you will learn, because we believe that you should learn it, whether it's examinable or not. So if you join with us, you will get that opportunity. You're not going to miss anything. And of course, as you know, we have an exam engine that is being used by the highest number of Cgma students in the world, I am sure. That will give you a great opportunity for you to rehearsal your exam skills. We do about 8 mocks from your case study for this session or whatever the session that you're going to join next session. The objective is for you to get into the practice. We do the entire theory part of the E pillar, P pillar, F pillar. I work as the executive director at Dankudo Porcelain. So my journey had been from finance career. I went into operations a little bit. Now I became a executive director at Dankudo Porcelain PLC. It's a public listed company. Therefore, all the case studies for MCS, SCS are from public listed company. What I do in the class, of course, I do teach MCS and SCS fully almost. What I do in the class for the MCS and SCS, are very much what happened in my career, what is happening in Dankodu Porcelain Public, Dankodu Porcelain PLC as a public listed company, because the examiner is interested in those. Examiner is not interested in hardcore theory. Cgma syllabus 10 years ago had consultation, 1.5 hour question. Students are supposed to spend 50% of the exam time to do a consolidated financial statement. It has gone out of the syllabus now. Instead, very practical questions have been included. The exam day questions for the MCS, SCS, for the case studies are very, very practical questions, not based on theory. Even if they do ask a theory, the theoretical model is given in the exam paper, which shows, look here, we don't want you to memorize. The questions are very practical. Questions are very day-to-day. Questions are very, very ground level. That's what I do as the executive director at Dankodu Porcelain PLC. That's what I teach. That's why we have a very high success rate, because it is not theory for the FLP. There are a lot of lecturers who are expert in theory. They will be useless in this game because the Cgma is not interested in theory. Cgma is interested in, can we build a professional who can manage day-to-day matters, who can manage ground level matters. That is what Cgma wants. I've been in the Cgma Global Council in London for 3 years. I know it for sure. Cgma's objectives are very, very different. Cgma is not anymore about management accounting qualification. That's all Cgma. It has changed. I'm sure Keith will take you through those as well. Cgma is not a typical old management accounting call. Cgma is building a better person, better business, better professional leader, better CEO. That is exactly the views of Nanaska as well. You can go into Facebook, you will have some videos, you will be able to see some videos where I explain what the new Cgma is all about. New Cgma is very different. Nanaska is completely geared to cater for the new Cgma, right? So therefore, I would like to thank all of you all for joining with Nanaska for your FLP program. If you're not joined, you can send an email to info@nanaska.com, and you can send me a WhatsApp message at, I might be able to give my mobile number here, 0094, 94. This is my mobile number in case if you need to send a WhatsApp message, clarify anything. So I have taken only 7 minutes. I will hand over to Keith. We are lucky to have Keith here. Keith is absolutely a professional, and he will go through and take you through the FLP approach in detail. So I'm lucky to have Keith here. Keith, thank you for joining. Your turn. Please go ahead, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you so much, Chanasa, for the lovely introduction, and good evening, everybody. So it's a very important call you're having today. Let's make it a bit informal, because I want you all to ask questions and make sure you get the full awareness of the FLP program today. Just to see if everybody has access to the chat function. Can I get a hi or a yes on the chat? So I know your chat function is available when you have to ask questions from me. Okay, great. I see it is working. So let me quickly share my screen. Okay, I hope you can see my slide. So today is about introduction to what this Cgma Finance Leadership Program is. Before going on to the Cgma Finance Leadership Program in detail, I would like to share a few details about the interesting times we are living at. As Mr. Chandra correctly said, Cgma is geared to the new world, and so should you. So here, if you see now, the traditional jobs we all knew are now changing, and there's a huge trend for a new set of professions happening as we speak. And if you see, check the detail what a finance profession should be doing, well, the jobs we have are very interesting at the moment as a finance profession. So it's not about being a scorekeeper. Now finance professionals are to be value creators and futurists of the organization. So Mr. Chana correctly said, they have a very different approach in teaching, and that CMA is having a very different approach in our qualification. This is the reason why. So now it is not about knowing in depth about technical aspects. Of course, you need to know about the technical and functional knowledge, but you are now required to be a T-shaped professional. Means you should be aware about the business skills, you should be equipped with the people skills, you should be agile, you should have the leadership skills, and most importantly, you should have the digital skills to support your organization. So, how SEMA is coming and supporting you at the moment is SEMA, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, is the world's largest professional body for finance professionals. So, we have over 696,000 members across 184 countries where they are working in over 150,000 organizations. So, if you look at the member population in Sri Lanka, so this is where you all will come in a next couple of months. You all be added into this section of numbers. So we see most members. These are members means the ones who have completed the exams, ones who have received the chartered designation. So these chartered global management accountants, Sri Lankans, are mostly in the island, and we see a majority of the population in places like Australia, UK, USA, as well as in the region of APEC and African countries. So these members are working in the top organizations in the globe. So all these facts are from the surveys we run annually, and seeing the member accounts where they are updated. So all SEMA members, including the ones in Sri Lanka, they're working in the top organizations in the world. So these organizations are actively seeking SEMA members to the qualification into their organization. So this is one good reason why you should complete your qualification within the year, why you should start the qualification within the year, because of the salary SEMA members are getting. Not just the recognition as professionals, not just the opportunities in the global employment market, SEMA members also get the top salaries in the world. So if you see a CFO working in Dubai who is a SEMA member, you can Google search it and get it verified. They are getting a salary of average 850,000 dirhams annually. So that is close to 66 million LKR. So this is a tax-free salary, right? In Sri Lanka also we see an average salary of 900,000 for an accountant. And of course, talking about how you get into this prestigious designation, how you can get into the opportunity of getting a good salary and taking that step of completing the qualification with the year. It's very simple. So SEMA has a very unique syllabus where we are divided into four levels: certificate, operation, management, and strategic level. So completing the qualification or taking the exams and going through the content of the syllabus, you can do in this unique program called the Finance Leadership Program. So what this Finance Leadership Program is basically, it is not a separate program from SEMA. It is the same SEMA syllabus, like a Cgma syllabus you are learning through the FLP program, and you are getting the same designation. You are getting the same set of certificates in the self-tailored route as well as in FLP. So here, this is open for anybody above 16. If you have prior work experience or qualification, it comes at an advantage for exemptions, and you actually can reach into your CGMA designation in a very short time. So you're going to learn on the things like technical, business, digital, and people skills here. And of course, the most important and the interesting part is this is a digital platform. It's AI based, and it will help you to apply your knowledge into a practical scenario as you go through the learning. And it is self paced, And of course, it has a unique feature where you have only 3 exams to complete. So let me get into a bit of detail into this approach, what we have done at Cgma. So if you take the qualification, if you take Cgma, we have always been trendsetters when it comes to the education. So here in 2015, we went from traditional written exams to computer-based exams, where now students were able to book an exam on demand. Means, like, you can book an exam 48 hours ahead into the time. You can go to the nearest exam center and take it, right? And in 2019, we introduced the most seeked for digital content into our syllabus. Then in 2020, with COVID, I'm very happy and proud to say that we did not postpone a single exam. We were able to implement online exams, which is up to date present for all of you as well. Now, where you can take an exam fully online using your own laptop and internet connection. And here comes FLP, where we implement a new way of learning and assessment. So this is basically the qualification evolving to support the current talent, where you get to, like, learn and get qualified faster. So what is the difference between the self-tailored route, which you all know as traditional route, and CGM FLP is, in the self-tailored route, we have the learning and the assessments separately. Means, in a very traditional way which we are used to, we go for classes, we go through the content, and we take an exam to check our ability on the theory. But what happens in FLP program, the finance leadership program, is we are going through a continuous learning and assessment. This is the modern way of learning, and this is what Cgma is offering you with the Cgma Finance Leadership Program. And of course, after you complete the competencies, you will go through the case study exam, where this will be same in both traditional and the FLP route. Both same in self-tailored and the FLP route. Each of these case study exam, of course, carries a certificate as well. So once you complete the predefined set of case study exams, we check your practical experience. If you already have work experience, then that is considered for you to go for the CGMA designation. Means there's advantage for those who have work experience and already have completed couple of years in your profession. You can actually apply for the designation as soon as you sit for your last exam. Talking about the content you are going through, we are taking you through the most wanted, the most seeked after content, and the exams you take, it will carry a certificate. So the first exam you are going for will be in the next 3 to 4 months. It will be happening in November. Results will come um, in December, where you will get a certificate which is recognized in 184 countries. So you will not have to wait for 1 year or, like, 2 years to gain a certificate. As soon as you complete your first exam, you will receive the Cgma at Diploma in Management Accounting. So if you are getting exemptions and in the management level, or if you are joining into the FLP program after you have completed operation level previously, then within the next 4 months you can expect to receive the Cgma Advanced Diploma in Management Accounting. So if you are someone who is joining back to complete the qualification, who have already completed up to management level, well, good news, within the next 4 months you can expect to receive the Cgma exam complete certificate. Not only that, the CGMA Finance Leadership Program has a unique certificate of its own. This is only available for the CGMA Finance Leadership Program and not the self-tailored route. I will explain the reason why we give this unique certificate as well in a moment. But just to explain about the certificate you are getting, in CGMA Finance Leadership Program, you will go through competencies for each subject. So each of these competencies will have a unique certificate called the skills certificate. You have 10 unique skills certificate in total. This will be a digital certificate where you can actually upload into your LinkedIn and show progress of your learning through to your employer. That is very important nowadays, because I know, like, you, all of you are doing it to progress in your career, just to show like your employer or your client that like you are progressing and you are involved in like self development. It's very important to update them with these skill certificates, where you can like upload it as soon as you complete the competency. To complete this competency, it will not take like 4 months. These skill certificates you can obtain within the next 3 weeks of starting the program. So talking about the duration, one of the biggest concerns of you all is the duration to complete the qualification and get the designation, because it is nowadays it's very important to be qualified faster without losing the quality of the qualification, but giving you rigorous support to reach your target. We have come up with a plan where you can complete the qualification even if you are a profession who has no or like little background about finance and business. If you are joining in the very first level, still you can complete each level within 3 months time. And what you are looking at is a completion of the qualification fully in just 1 year. Ideally a person can complete within 8 months, but keeping a bit more room to breathe, we will support you to complete this qualification within 1 year's time. So before I move on to the investment aspect, let me do a quick demo on what the CGMA Finance Leadership Program looks like and how it works. So once you enter the CGMA Finance Leadership Program, let me just quickly get the login back. Can I get a confirmation quickly if you can see the screen with the platform?
Keith, we can see you on the screen. We can see the platform now, Keith.
Okay, great. So how the platform works is it's very unique and very futuristic platform where you can actually go ahead and do the self learning and taking the assessment. Um, so we have the 4 levels which I mentioned: foundation, operation, management, and the strategic level. So in each level, you have a set of learning. So let's go to operation level and see what in finance leadership program what has changed compared to the self-tailored route. So in self-tailored route, we have 3 theory subjects, which is E1, P1, and F1, which is managing finance in a digital world, management accounting, and financial reporting. How the usual way of learning these subjects and taking the exams is you are supposed to go for a class, or you are to get some books, or like you use online material to go through the learning. And then there's an exam where you have to pay to book the exam and take it. So this is a 90 minutes exam where in case you are not able to if you say missed one question, then you will fail, and you'll have to repay and take the exam. So we have moved from that model and be more student friendly learning with the FLP program. So what we have done here is, instead of asking you to go through learning and take one exam with 90 minutes, we have given the content which we teach in the competency or the subject in competency wise. So it is the same subject which is managing finance in digital world is called as digital finance, which is the E1 subject. Then we have the management accounting subject, P1 subject in self-tailored route, and then the financial reporting, which is the F1 subject in the self-tailored route. So each subject, the content is now divided into very small bite-sized chunks. And what you have to do is, you have to, instead of go through all the learning, instead of memorizing all the content and going for one exam, what you have to do is, you have to go through competency wise. So here you will go through competency wise, you will go through topic wise, to check this learning. And then of course we have few areas to see if you have received the knowledge of the content, having few questions like the knowledge check. So this knowledge check is an ungraded part of the program, means you are not getting any marks. This is just there for you to have a self check on if you have understood the content. Okay, so I'm just doing it randomly to show you how it works. In case it's wrong, you can simply retake it. So as you go through a very small set of learning, a very small bite-sized learning, you will receive this knowledge check to see if you have understood the content. Again, no marks are given for this. This is something for you to self-assess, where if you have know the content. Okay, and once you complete a topic, once you go through a set of content, you come to the conclusion where you go to this place called assessment. So this is what it is in place instead of an exam. So this assessment is there. So again, you are not getting any marks. All you have to do is get 50% out of the questions correct, and you are not actually getting around 10-15 questions. You are getting maximum around 6 questions for you to try it out, right? And a very good news is, you can retake it any number of times without a cost. Okay, so you don't have to pay for exams like previously. In case you are unable to get 50% correct, you can simply click on retake and take it again. And there's no waiting time as per exams. Here, as soon as you know that you're unsuccessful, you can simply click on retake and take the exam again. Let me just show you how it works. Think there's a small error in the demo account I'm using. So once it is takes as unsuccessful, you can simply click on retake, and it goes back to the same set of questions again. So you can take this unlimited number of times, and all you have to do is complete the set of learning. See how fast I was able to complete this topic. Even though you see multiple competencies and multiple circles, which is topics, these are all in very small bite-sized learning, where you can actually easily complete them. And what when you do that, you get a tick over these competencies. So in the traditional route, our requirement is for you to complete all 3 exams before you go for the case study exam. So case study exam is a very practical based exam. I think I can leave to explain more about the case study with Mr. Channa. But our requirement is to make sure that you complete the OTQ exams before you go on to the case study exam. Similarly, over here, the requirement is for you to go through this learning and the assessments to complete these competencies. So before the exam booking deadline, you have to go through this and get the ticks, and this will not take a lot of time for you to complete, because you have the unique advantage of the tutors at Nanaska, where you will actually start the learning program even before you get access to the FLP platform. And when you get access to the FLP platform, doing these competencies would be like revision. This is exactly like a revision, where you will see the content which you have already learned from the lectures with Nanaska, and you'll all have to do is to complete the competencies. And it takes around 2 to 2.5 weeks to complete all these competencies. And we've seen students at Nanaska completing these competencies very fast. So after completing the competencies, you have many more resources for your case study in the platform, where we have given content on the pre-seen material, where we have given content on webinars, and of course mock exams. So this is all apart from the support you are getting from the tutor. So this platform will act as a sort of a learning platform, like back in the day, where you had to purchase books and study. Similar to that, it will act as a support over here, hand in hand with the tutors, with the lectures, and you will be able to go through the content. So something unique over here is you have these marked mock exams, which are graded by a Cgma examiner. So this is apart from the mock exams you will get from the college. So Nanaska is famous for giving you quite a lot of mock exams, and getting the individual feedback from lecturers as well. So apart from that, these mock exams will support you to learn a bit of more idea on how the exam would look like. So that is an outlook about the platform. And just to move on to the pricing before I will open up for questions before the next section. All this comes as a subscription. So it's similar to what's there on Netflix. So like in Netflix, where you purchase a package in the beginning of the month and you watch movies the entire month. Similarly, we have our subscriptions based on time. You can purchase either a 1 year or 2 year license. So within this subscription amount, within the £2,000, it includes your registration fee. If you are someone who is joining back to Cgma, it will include your re-registration fee. It will include your annual subscription fee. It will include the access to the learning platform. And of course, it will include 2 sittings for each exam. Means in case you fail an exam, you can retake it without a charge with the FLP platform. Okay. If someone asks me how's the difference between the investments from the traditional route or the self-tailored route and this one. So self-tailored route, to complete all exams without the tuition fee, it takes almost around £3,000. But here you will be saving almost £1,000 joining the FLP route, with having access to more resources and of course the additional exam credits. So you have 2 attempts for each exam. So exams will happen in February, May, August, and November. So the next exam sitting will be happening in November. So you can check those one with the exam timetable available on the Cgma website. So I'll be sharing these on the chat for you to check that as well. And of course, as I said, in case you fail an exam, this will have a free exam sit as well. Before I move on to the next section, let me see the chat to see if there are any questions on the content which I covered up to this point. So later after this segment, I will talk about the exemptions you can look forward for and how to check that. Anything unclear about up to now how the learning works, how the platform works? Okay, just to explain what's the difference between the 1 year and 2 year option. It's the entire difference is the time. So if you are taking a 1 year option, your FLP license is valid for 1 year. It's anniversary billing from the day you get access. So we will be giving access in September first week. So from September first week 2024 till September first week 2025, your license will valid if it is 1 year. So if it is 2 years, it will be valid till September first week in 2026. So within that duration, you get access to the platform as well as the exam credits. So if you are someone who is looking at taking exams in a very rapid way, then we ask you to go ahead with the 1 year license, because you can simply take the 3 exams within the coming 3 exam windows in November, February, May, and complete. And you can keep August as an additional exam sitting in case you need to use the receipt. But if you want to take it very like slow, and if you feel like you might need to use all the free receipts, you can go ahead with the 2 year license, where you can basically get 8 exam attempts, where with the receipts you can use 6 attempts and leave 1 or 2 attempts as a breathing room. Okay, so it solely depend on the duration you are planning to complete the qualification. Most Sri Lankan students, 98% of the students, they actually go ahead with 1 year license, and we have a very big success rate with FLP. It's been there for the past 2.5 years. We had 2 convocations where students got exam completion out, and the majority is from the route. The reason being, the stress of doing OTQ exams are not there. The case study exam, it's very practical biased, and you have an advantage, especially as a working professional, in the case study exam. Uh, Mr. Chandra, is it okay if I hand it over to you just to briefly explain about how a case study exam works? Um, so it'll give you them more confidence on that they can tackle a case study exam very easily.
Okay. So, Keith, your part is over, or you need to say a few things after?
I have to say a few things after about exemptions, but regarding case study, shall I just cover the exemptions and give it to you?
No, then I'll talk about the case study. No problem, Maria.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so, hi guys. About the case study, let me give a brief about how it works. Now, there are 4 exams a year: Feb, May, August, November. Uh, Even though there are 4 exams, there are 2 case studies, which means from each case study, there are 2 sittings available. So, May and August is on one case study, November and Feb is on another case study. So that's a big advantage. That's a big advantage. If you're not successful in May, if you try to do the exams in August, you will go through the same case study. That makes your life easy. Case study questions are absolutely practical. Now, that is why I said before, I know some of you all joined little late. At the beginning of the session, that's why I said, now as a my experience at Dankudu Porcelain as executive director, that is exactly what I share in the class. Because if you are a master in theory, if you are very good in theory, you can't pass this paper. Don't think there are detailed calculation. You might not be from finance background. You might be wondering, look, I'm not from finance, how can I pass Cgma? Cgma is not a hardcore finance qualification anymore. So the questions are very, very practical. The theories becomes very irrelevant unless it's a core theory like how do you value a business for the strategic level case study. There are some theories that are important, which we will do them entirely. But 80% of the paper based on very practical approach. So what we do in the class, we have classes on every Sunday for SCS. We have classes on every Sunday for MCS. What we do in the class is 10 different steps. Step number 1, KYP. KYP is know your pre-scene. We will go through the entire Cgma pre-scene with you. I know you guys are working. I'm working full time. I know you don't have time to go through a 25-page document on your own. So we do go through the pre-scene live, and I do a lot of videos and record them for you to watch whenever you can. We don't expect you to go through the entire document. You can't. You are busy. So therefore, we have structured the course in such a way, starting with KYP. KYP is know your pre-scene. You can't understand the company unless you know the industry very well. Now, this time, strategic level case study is purpose built student management level case study is purpose built student accommodation. Now, if you go to Australia, you will have the student accommodation done for maybe 5,000 students in one company is managing 5,000 students. So that's the industry. Now, you can't learn about the company unless you know the industry. Therefore, I do separate sessions of the industry. We call it KYI, know your industry. So KYP, know your pre-scene, KYI will come together. Then we will go through the how to pass the exam, which we call GR, ground rules. What you should be doing on the exam day, what you should not be doing on the exam day. Then we move on to about 7 marks. That gives you the exact practice. And don't forget, each one of you all will be stronger in certain areas, weaker in other areas, and your strong area will be different to others, your weaker area will be different to others. Therefore, whenever you do a mock, one of our lecturers will go through that mock paper with you individually and say, don't do this, but do things like this more. Because your individual weaknesses we are trying to remove, your strengths, which are individual to you, will try to take the full advantage of it. And I will go through all the mocks with you, tell you the techniques of passing Cgma. So trust me, it'll be fun. It'll be enjoyable sessions with us. We're not going to concentrate on a lot of high technical areas. It'll be fun. We talk about what happens in the industries. We talked about, so today I was talking in the class. I had a class today evening. I was talking about a lot of things of how the foreign exchange risk is having an impact on Dangote. I have a big risk from that. But I am sure what will come on the exam day is practical questions like this. Examiner never asks what's the difference between forward contract and future contract. No. Examiner will ask for a company like this, what is the foreign exchange risk? So join with us. I'm sure you will enjoy the session. So that's a very brief about how the case study teaching will happen. So every weekend you will have a sessions, live sessions, but during the week there are some videos available for you to go through. And we do follow up with you entirely. So when you promise to do a mock paper on a day, our team will send a reminder, have you gone through it? Unless some people will say, don't follow up with me. For everyone else, we do the follow up because we know you are busy. So it's a game that you're going to play with together with you. I don't want to fail. So therefore, if you fail, I fail. Therefore, we'll do whatever that is required to ensure you pass. About that, Keith, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chanasa. So, as he explained, so case study is a very practical based exam. So this exam is there 4 times a year in February, May, August, and November. This is the only exam you are to tackle with FLP. Everything else is in the platform as assessments, which you can complete very conveniently. So this exam is a 3-hour computer-based essay type exam. Means you have to write down the answer. So here the college will support you to get to know about the content, as Mr. Shana said, and in a very unique way. And there's another question I think which we can combine with the same topic, whether class fees of Nanaska is included in the fee. So Nanaska is supporting you for complementary classes. Again, it is complementary, like the college is uniquely supporting the Cgma FLP students with complementary classes for all the levels which you are pending with the qualification. Okay, so you can get to know more about the class details, but I know classes will be starting from August 10th, if I'm not mistaken, sir. So it is high time you can actually connect and start your classes and go for the qualification. So when you're going for the qualification, I think the ones who are new to the qualification or ones who are joining back will have one question in mind, which is which level you are to start now. So if you have taken the qualification previously and now you are rejoining, you have the option of rejoining in the same level. For example, if you have taken the qualification few years back, but you have completed up to say for example management level, then you can start with the FLP program in management level, where you will be only pending the management level case study as an exam and the competency learning in the level, and the strategic level case study exam and the competency learning. But say for example, if you are joining new, or that you have received qualifications after you have stopped the Cgma qualification, you want to claim exemptions, which you can check over here. So this is for those who are going for exemptions, applying for exemptions, the way you can check it. So I'll be sharing this link on the chat slowly. So let me just share the screen so you all can see. Okay, so we have this one called the exemption calculator. I'll be sharing this link. What you have to do is to check the level you are coming in, if you are someone who is new or someone who has stopped the qualification some time back and want to see your qualifications you have acquired after that period of time, you can receive any exemptions. So go to this website and enter your qualifications. Here it is asking initially about professional qualifications. So if you have done something like AAT, CA, then you can enter your qualification details over here. So we are giving exemptions for the completed qualifications. So if you have completed the level or completed the qualification, then you can claim exemptions, and you can do it with multiple professional and academic qualifications. So I have entered one over here. If you want to enter more, you can simply click on add another professional qualification, and do that. So click submit. Then comes to the education qualification. So your bachelor's programs, your MBAs, you can enter it over here, and you can do it for multiple qualifications. And your professional background. So initially it is asking your professional background in finance. So you can mention it over here. The next one is asking if you are a lecturer who is teaching the subject. So in case you are not a lecturer, do not fill this one, because we will be requesting letters to confirm that you are a full-time lecturer. So if it is the professional experience, mention it over here, and then you can select uh, the country as Sri Lanka, and then you can see the exemptions for the both self-tailored and FLP. Both carries the same level of exemption, so there's no difference. But FLP has that advantage where you can actually go ahead and complete with only taking the case study exams. So even though you take the case study exams only, you will be taking the competency learning, and compared to the traditional route we call the self-tailored route, you actually receiving more skill certificates in FLP. So I have shared the link in the chat for you to check your exemptions. Um, Now I'm going to open the floor for any other questions you have. Okay, that's a very good question. Asking they have completed the qualification up to the third level and pending only one level, what the fees would look like. Well, our fee for FLP depends on the duration or the purchase in duration. So we have the 1 year and 2 year license. So it does not depend on the level where you are joining, but it depends on the time period you are purchasing it. So if it is 1 year, it is £2,000. Even basically, even if you are starting from the beginning or in the last level. So the advantage you are getting over here is the content, exam credits, and that option of not taking the OTQ exams. So if you take a look at, even if you are in the last level, per OTQ exam, if you have to go ahead in the self-tailored route, you are spending almost around 232 pounds, except, I mean, not including your class fees. Correct. So, and you have to take three of those and the case study exam. Taking all the, like, cost into consideration, including time, the 2,000 pounds, which gives you a better and quicker way option of completing the qualification, is well justified for the investment you are making. And there's a question telling you are a member of AAT. I think I have covered about applying for exemptions. So even if with exemptions or whatever the level, the price of the subscription remains as 2,000 pounds. You will get exemptions for your experience gain, where you can check from the exemption calculator, where you can enter the years of experience in finance, and you can check your exemptions there. Very interesting questions, and I'm actually requesting rest of the participants in the call also to share your questions, because the session is all about making sure you have all the information which you need to get a very informative decision for FLP program. Any other questions?
There are two questions. One is, I'm a member of AT. You can certainly join. If you can quickly send an email to info@nanaska.com with your qualification mentioned, we will sort that out faster. Or you can WhatsApp me the details if you want, or send an email to info@nanaska.com. We'll sort out your matter fast.
I think we have taken all the questions in the chat box.
So, Parthipan, so FLP Plus is different. What we do in the FLP Plus are few new things available. Number FLP Plus is from Nanaska. So what we do is, my dear, now usually in the traditional FLP, what we do is we try to take a theory or a concept and see how it can be applicable for the industry that is given in the pre-sheet. Because all the exam day questions will be based on that industry. So this time, one of the industries is purpose-built student accommodation for the MCS. SCS industry is a security company. So in the classes, we try to tell you how a concept can be applicable for security industry. But then what we realize is, in the real world, you're not going to work in the security industry. You might be, but that's only 1% chance. So what I do in my sessions is we try to take a concept and show how it can be applicable for many different industries. Don't forget, we are taking a very long-term view about your future, not about passing this exam. Therefore, we try to apply to various different industries. So that might be very similar to the industry where you work. So likewise, there are other differences coming in where we do some I mentioned before, even, my dear, where we do all the theories. Some theory, some students are saying, look, I'm not interested in because it is not coming for the exam. We say, okay, fine. If you just need to pass, listen to this part. If you don't want to get additional knowledge, you can skip this part. But we do that because we think it will be important for you one fine day in your corporate career. We're not going to go on the traditional theory. We're trying to, okay. So at Danko Tour, we had double the profit. You can look at the annual reports. Some of the concept that we use, like activity-based costing. Some of the concept that you use, business process re-engineering. I try to give the practical example. They are in the Cgma syllabus as well, right? So that's the additional things coming in. Keith, you have an interesting question. What's the difference between Cgma and Cgma?
Okay, let me come into this approach. So CIMA stands for Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, and CGMA stands for Chartered Global Management Accountants. So CIMA members um, means when you have completed exams and we have verified your work experience, you become a CIMA member. So CIMA member get the designation or the title which you can add behind your name, which called ACMA, and you get CGMA. So CGMA is uniquely available only for CIMA members. You get it by default. It stands for Chartered Global Management Accountants. So Chartered Global Management Accountant is the qualification name, where it is the organization is CIMA, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. So CGMA is the designation we are giving all our CIMA members. Okay, there's another interesting question asking about, in case you exceed the 1 year point, whether you have to pay £2,000. So the answer is SEMA. The syllabus is the common denominator where you can complete it either through the self-tailored route or finance leadership program. So whatever you have completed in finance leadership program will reflect in the syllabus as completed. So we have a total of 16 exams or 16 areas. So in FLP, in case say you are feeling that you can't complete within 1 year, what you have to do is you have to complete all the competency learning in the platform. When you complete the competency learning, it shows that you have completed those subject related areas, means you don't have to take the OTQ exam in case you decide to switch to self-tailored route. So for example, say if you have completed up to operation level, you have completed the competencies on operation level and the case study, but uh, with say your other commitments, you are not able to complete the management and the strategic level case study, but you have completed the competencies, which is the learning part, and the assessments which is available in the platform in management and the strategic level. So if you have done that, it means you have completed the learning portion of E2, P2, F2, E3, P3, F3 subjects. So you can switch into the self-tailored route at that point, where you only have to pay separately for the case study exam. So management case study exam is £232 and strategic case study exam is £329. You always have the option of renewing with another £2,000, but in the case of you are concerned about the investment and you want to have a budget friendly option, you can convert into the self tailored route and do only the remaining case study exams, given that you have completed all the competencies from the platform. Okay, so this is a very flexible option, student friendly option SEMA has given you all, where you get access to all the exams, but in case you have not able to complete the one, say for example it's only the strategic level case study, you can go into the self-tailored route, pay only £329 for the strategic case study exam and take that. So you don't have to pay the entire £2,000 at that point. So you have various options. The best thing to do is this is a strong point of the institute as well. So connect with the lecturers and the student counselors with Nanaska. They will share the best route tailor made for you to complete the qualification in case you feel you are a bit stuck. There are questions about classes at Nanaska, whether it will be fully online and whether they can access videos and live classes they have missed.
So Pramod, all the classes will be online, but we have some sessions after every 3 online sessions where you can meet us physically. But that's not compulsory. Some people can't physically come in. We have our institute in Kalpiti in the Gold Road where we meet you all. That is not really to teach a lot, but give you an opportunity to clarify things, meet personally, build some relationship, clarify doubts. But otherwise, all the classes will happen online. All the lectures are recorded and they are available. If you miss a lesson, nothing to worry. You can go and watch it. Other than that, there are other recorded lectures coming in as well. So it's a fully online course. You can meet me and have a chat about whether you are clear of something, whether ask for additional examples that we can do. Otherwise, classes are online, all are recorded, and therefore, an additional recording is also coming in for you.
Just to add over there, in case like you are not in Sri Lanka or working in another country, or even if you are still in Sri Lanka but like unable to like travel for your exam, good news is you can take all the exams, all the three case study exams online. All you need is an internet connection and a laptop. You can take the exam online. So in case like you are abroad, or you don't have access to exam center close by, you don't have to worry about it. Given that you have an internet connection and a laptop, you can take the exams online as well. And there's another question from Asantha about class fees of Nanaska. Chanasa, can you get that question?
So for the FLP, it will be included in the total package, right? So there is no separate class fees, my dear.
So
Keith,
Nanaska is
I'm so
providing
excited.
classes complimentary, means though there's no additional fee there.
So when you register with Cgma, our class fees, everything is included in that. So what Cgma's view is one fee, just one time you pay, that includes everything that you need. Asanta Samira, that's the clarification for your question. Any more questions? Nothing.
Okay, can we do this for all others in the call, just to get a confirmation if everything is clear? Can we get a yes in the chat, so we know everything is clear for you all?
Okay, a lot of people are saying yes.
Okay,
So
great.
guys, thank you for joining today. I'm looking forward to see you in the FLP sessions. It's a great opportunity available for you to get the qualification faster. Now, when SEMA bought this new FLP program, I was kind of little puzzled of what's going to happen. But if you look at the education and learning in the entire world, they don't encourage you to memorize anything. What they say is know that there is a concept called activity-based costing where to use. If you want to get further details on activity-based costing, you can Google it. But those days, 10 years ago, when I was doing SEMA, I had to memorize all the steps in activity-based costing. So new world learning is very different. I work as a CEO of Dankodo, so I see what kind of people I need. I don't need people who have memorized things. I don't need people who have gone through 10 books. I need people who are at the ground level, can resolve problems and go ahead in life. When there's a problem, they should be able to give a solution. That's exactly what SEMA wants. That's exactly what Nanaska will try to build as well, because our purpose goes as building a better professional for the world. So let's do it together. Keith, thank you very much for joining. You did a great presentation, and we will be in touch. Keith, you want
Uh,
to end the session with anything?
Yes, yes, yes. So just to end the session, I know this is something like which has happened in other sessions also. Those who could not get answers to your question and want to connect with me personally, all yeah, you can actually connect with me through either WhatsApp or give me a call or drop me an email. So this is my details. I hope you can see in the screen. So please do connect with me, get all the doubts clarified before you start on this remarkable journey. And this is a very unique opportunity where all of you in the call has today, where you can actually start and receive your first certificate before the end of the year. The most of you have all stopped SEMA back in the day and remain in only one exam. It's a very unique opportunity. You can actually get the qualification before the end of the year and be members within the next year. So take this unique opportunity. If you have any questions, need any support, need any clarification, please reach out to me. I'm very active on WhatsApp. In case like I do not answer in the daytime, just make sure you drop me a WhatsApp call. I would connect with you and clarify all the doubts you have. So with that, uh, we are ending the session today. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for inviting me, Channa sir. And we are
Okay.
hoping to
Super.
see all the participants today joining the FLP program with Nanaska on the coming intake.
Hi guys, I have given my phone number. Please send me a WhatsApp at any time. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. Looking forward to see you in the classes and making you a better professional. Thank you very much. Good night. Take care. Bye. Thank you, my dear. Take care. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. So looking forward to see you guys soon. Right? Take care. Bye. I'll end the session now. Thank you for joining. Take care. Send me a WhatsApp on anything, but okay.